Ladies and gentlemen, boys and the girls, please say a prayer for John. At this point, Usby said it best. We need to be doing hourly check-ins with John for his own health, his own safety. I believe Dylan and Sean, they'll be here. There we go. We got Dylan. What's up, Dylan?
Yo,
We're
Dylan, what's
live.
going on?
We are
Here?
talking about the new Hot Toys 1/6 scale Iron Man Mark III construction version collectible. Look at that, John. They put collectible right in the title. In the first Iron Man movie, Tony Stark is repairing the Iron Man Mark III hanging from the ceiling with complex cables and wires connected to the high-tech armor while working in his workshop. Received numerous positive feedback in its initial release. Hot Toys is excited to reissue the 1/6 scale Mark III construction version collectible from the diorama series for fans to complete their Iron Man collections. Mario, join with us, my son.
Look at
There we got
Danny
Max's
being smart
pizza.
already.
We got Sean USB, Max, Took, Optical, Toy Mafia, Badfish in the chat. We got Danny Lee too. Mario, join in, my guy. But let's look at this. So, I've always thought this set was like one of the coolest things, and I don't remember it being in the movie that much.
Isn't
I
it
just
just
really-
a background piece?
I think so. I don't
Yeah,
remember
because
that.
We were talking about it previously a little bit with the guys, and because they redid that mech test, Tony. You know so this is, you can have this in that scene, in that like sort of diorama thing.
Fucking smart. John.
Can I say this, dude?
Please
No.
Look
do.
at the paint and like the rework on it. It
Mhm.
looks better. Does this mean we're getting a Mark III reissue?
For
reissue
sure,
too?
buddy. Just reissue. It's the fucking year of the
Well, that's a
reissue,
remake,
buddy.
bro. It's a remake, though.
Well, yeah, remake. You're right.
Look, they're putting reissue in the titles now, man. They don't even care.
Yeah.
It's like spit right in the face, man. Whatever. I'm done. I'm over it already.
It's like Nutella and cheese.
No, telling cheese is. I'd go for a sandwich right now. I'll be honest.
Please don't.
Sean's like, what
I think the Mark III is the most in need of a reissue, a remake rather, with the better scaling, with the better height. And it sucks that they kind of locked into that scale with the Mark II diecast. They had all the opportunity in the world to make that size with the Mark IV.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Mark III's a write off. The plastic one, the original one, yeah. No, I would just box them up. The shoulders, the springs gone, this and that. It's, I don't know, man.
The
Well, no, I'm talking about the
diecast
diecast
one
one.
isn't that great either. Yeah,
It's really limited.
paint is off and it's a little underscaled and
It
it's
doesn't
a
have
bit of a
very good
mess.
articulation either, right, Eddie? The
No,
waist is
not
like pretty
really.
much one big ass chunk of
You got,
plastic.
yeah, to do it was one of those ones to do the power pose or the landing pose. You gotta swap out the waist.
Yeah.
And the on the one that I had, the paint was starting to fade off of the waist, the secondary waist, and off of some of the hands too. Like they were starting to look pink.
Yeah.
It's not diecast, Danny. It's
This
not
is
diecast.
diorama. Look at that. What do you think about
It
this,
is cool.
Dean?
Super underwhelming. It makes sense because, like John said, they're coming out with the test flight, Tony. So it makes sense that we would have gotten this. I mean, for me personally, it's super underwhelming. It's like, I guess, like, it's a figure that doesn't do any, like, it. I don't know. It's not even a figure. It's like a
Half of a figure. It's a diorama, bro.
diorama, yeah. This motherfucker also, shout out to Ryan Ricci in the fucking Hot Toys comment section. Not even up 20 minutes. Give us Clone Wars.
Give us Clone Wars
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Jesus, dude. Let him breathe.
If we see a motherfucker, Mark 46, dude, he commented on another picture. Dude, Ryan, oh my god, he's reaching.
Wow,
That was great.
that was pretty good.
Dylan, congratulations on episode 50, my guy. What do you think about this?
Yeah, man. Congrats.
Thank you. I honestly have no interest there, but if I was gonna get that, the Tony test, I guess that it's God damn it, Zach. I would have definitely gotten this. You have to have something that goes along with that, I feel like, in a way. But yeah, I don't know. This doesn't really interest me a ton. I'm oversaturated the way it is with Iron Man figures in my collection. It's the only thing that I own for Hot Toys besides like Predators that I own more than one of. So yeah, I guess it's Thanos too, but I'm probably gonna sell one of them eventually down the road here.
Dude, you got to sell them quick. This is a hard sell right now with Thanos.
Yeah. This one not huge. I guess not super interested. The reissue. Does anyone remember what this cost back in the day?
Oh, it was super cheap, I think. I don't remember, but I think it was
look it
super cheap.
Is that
It fucking better be super cheap. It doesn't do anything.
It lights
Lights
up.
up.
lights up and sits there? Looks
Put on my
nice.
fucking toothbrush. That motherfucker wasn't more than $100.
$150 was the original price.
Yeah.
So this will maybe be. This can't be too much more than that,
Have
right?
all the
Like 200.
have all the
It will be.
reissues have all the reissues been their original price?
They've been pretty close to the original price plus inflation.
Yeah.
So if this was 6-7 years ago, you might be looking at like 180, 185.
They're gonna be
Right.
like, look at these fucking sheep. They'll pay 300. Watch.
Can you imagine, bro? I
These
mean, I can't
sheep.
imagine actually.
Yes, I can.
Who are you calling sheep, pal?
You.
Who are you
John,
calling pal, friend?
How dare you, Dylan?
I know.
Friend, jackass.
I know you are in love with this thing, but give us your honest thoughts. Like, don't hold back.
Right.
Actually, this time.
There's nothing to hold back. It's a reissue.
Dude,
It's
They're fucking
they're
throwing
milking the
reissues.
cow. They're fucking milking the cow.
They're throwing reissues at John like
Who the fuck threw that motherfucking busted ass goddamn Adidas?
Danny would appreciate that.
Wow.
I'm fucking done with Hot Toys, man. I fucking tell you. They
You
reissued
really
it.
done, John?
Oh,
Are you
fuck.
actually done?
What would be the straw that breaks
Eight,
the
any,
camel's back?
89 Batman stuff.
But what does that mean? You would never buy them again, or you would sell all your Hot Toys?
I don't know yet, man. I'm fucking nervous.
he would never buy them again. I don't think he could sell. I don't think he has it in him.
Yeah, I don't have it in me to sell because I'm too attached. My collection I'm attached to.
Especially now that he's got,
Yeah,
the firstborn on the way, so none of that's going anywhere.
yeah, I agree with Eddie. But I'm telling you right now, what's the point in collecting? What do we collect? Why am I gonna collect if I know there's gonna be a reissue in a few years?
Because you like the
wanna
art
have
and the
thing
figures.
on
Yeah,
on your
but
shelf.
Dylan, I like the art and the figures. That's fine when I'm buying $20, $30, $40 figures. When I'm dropping $200, $300, $400, $500 on a piece, and then they're innovating and coming up with better paint applications and so forth, then the art that I own is
It's becoming a real fun game of
It's like a meme.
how
Yeah.
long can I hold on to this figure and sell it before like they reissue it again and I lose all my money. So like, oh, let me enjoy it for like a couple months, sell it before I hit the reissue. Like, it's becoming a real meme, dude.
come on.
You
I
need a
understand.
shirt.
I understand what everyone says about I like it for the piece and stuff like that. But come on, guys, come on. And now it's becoming a little bit of it's coming redundant. Everything's getting reissued.
I mean, I think this really hurts the secondary value for all figures. Like, I think there's a hard cap at like maybe $600-700 that like you should probably not pay more than that for a normal figure because there's a chance it could reissue. Like once they start going for that price point, I think you're gonna start seeing like those figures start to be reissued, which is fine. I mean, I've never sold a figure at that much over retail, but
I've never sold a figure ever.
Damn, look at those battery ports, dude.
man, they ain't fucking around. That's how it was on the Mark III. So I mean, that's par for the course.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of annoying actually.
So,
Eddie, what do you think about this, my guy?
I love the Mark III. I'm tempted to get this because I'm gonna get the mech test. That might be like
It would
my
go
only
fucking
Iron-
great,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, the mech test that they
So-
reissued too.
It's not a reissue,
probably
it's a
get it.
remake, bro.
I want to see what the price is. Hopefully, it's close to the original price. But yeah, I'd be interested in this. I don't know. The more they do the reissues, I kind of like go towards John's side too. Like, not in the whole like value and what am I collecting thing. Like, make other shit. It doesn't. I don't
Exactly.
care. I don't care that they're making like stuff that is high in value. I'm more like, dude, we have shit that we want to see that you're not doing. That pisses me off.
Yeah, that's the hill I've always said John needs to die on, not the value shit and like that whole thing and how you're comparing it's just a Hasbro figure. John, if you like Batman as much as you say you are, you would be satisfied with a $20.89 Batman if they would reissue that 1989 Batman. Like, I think that's a stupid point because people will like a figure enough to want the highest end, highest quality thing out there, not necessarily, the rarest. That's something you have to explain to someone as you're, showing them your collection. With a Hot Toy, you can look at it, like they can clearly see the detail, but if, you have something that's maybe super limited, you can say, oh yeah, this one's, by the way, is $100. But sorry, I interrupted Sean. You can go.
Wow, look at that. Danny says John is a diecast.
I want to rebuttal to what Dylan just that sewage that's just spewed out of Dylan's mouth.
Jesus.
After Sean goes, of course, because Sean's opinion.
I think it looks cool. I think it would look cool like on somebody's desk, just kind of like sitting there if you really like that scene in the movie. Me personally, though, I like to get the final product of like a series, so that's why I'm getting a lot of in-game stuff right now because I am such a big fan of the MCU. So I get like the Mark 85, the final battle Iron Man, the final battle Thanos, stuff like that. I probably won't be picking this up though, being a big Iron Man fan myself.
Are you getting mech tests, Sean?
I haven't decided. If I get any of them, I'd probably just get Iron Man though.
Oh,
Wow.
Because I'm not a huge like Cap fan in the sense of like all of that other stuff. If it was like a comic book statue or something like that, maybe to help fill in the series that I'm buying, such as the Avengers Assemble. But I'm trying to, as far as this stuff goes, I'm trying to stick with either in-game Thanos or Iron Man right now.
John, let's hear your...
No, I don't. I was only pulling your leg. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I'll be honest. I just don't know what to say anymore.
Dude.
I woke up. The first thing I saw.
Check on John. Like
the first thing I saw was a reissue. Then I'm going to bed, and the last thing I'm seeing is a reissue. That's fine.
John's getting ready to call.
For fuck's sakes, man.
Dude, John's getting ready to call Carl Bismarck. Dude.
I got into this. The thing is here, I'm not used to this shit. I got into this hobby. The reissue. We didn't even know what the fuck a reissue was. You bought your collectible, bam, that thing sold out. Boom. Now it's like, fuck, I'm buying the piece. We're buying these pieces for 3, 4, 5. If they were still 150, okay. We're buying these pieces 300 minimum now, US. By the time it gets to me, it's $500-600. And then you're fucking reissuing it? Come on, man.
Yeah, but several years down the line. When was this? When was the first?
Marty was 2015. 6 years.
That's 6 years, bro, and it's not going to be out for another 2 years.
6
8 years.
Listen,
8
buddy,
years.
man,
How long? I mean, yours probably hasn't even seen the light of day since
6
that
years,
was released.
and the portrait still looks like shit.
Isn't that a good thing though for you? If you think the first one's superior?
What are they doing though? What are they doing, Zach? What are they doing as a business? What are they doing as a business?
They're making money apparently, hand over foot.
Oh, come on.
Hand over
fist.
You what is
hand
this?
over foot, bro.
Hand over foot.
Hand over
Oh
foot. Hand
my
over fist.
What am I looking at? What is this?
It's like beating a dead horse.
It's like beating a dead lamb.
This is nice.
like
this is a
Jerking
third-party
off a dead
figure.
horse.
Yeah.
So this is a third party, but I wouldn't get too excited about this. I think I saw this earlier in the groups, and they were saying a lot of it's 3D printed. There's some disclaimers about the durability, but I mean, this does look really great.
Well, looks better than whatever the fuck content.
There's no way a guy in a suit could wear that.
There's one light with as annoying and everything as the reissues are. The one light on it in my mind, and this is obviously speculation. You guys can't say I'm wrong either because nobody knows. But
Oh, I'm gonna
You're wrong.
say it.
You're
Now
wrong.
I'm
You're
going
wrong,
to.
dude.
And if you
I
keep
know.
on saying that, I'm gonna call Carl Bismarck.
I think it's a good sign overall for Hot Toys that they are doing the re-releases, because not saying like it's a good thing they're doing them,
Say
but
it.
it's a good sign as
Say
a
what
company.
you want to say.
Let him say it. Let him finish.
I want him to say it.
I did. I'm saying it's a good sign for the company. Like pretty much any good sized figure company, Hasbro, for instance, since
Oh my
John
God.
likes to
We're
use them.
comparing the fucking
a lot.
Hasbro again.
There's nothing widely.
You started that Hasbro shit.
Yeah, I brought it up because you're the one who
You
makes
started
that
that.
comparison.
I didn't say no Hasbro. I said $20-$30 figures. That's it. That could be fucking.
You said Hasbro. I'm pretty sure the clips are there. You
Check
run
it.
fucking
I didn't say
clips.
Hasbro. Check
And
it.
again, Hasbro, and not just in this hobby, but anything that does well for itself, reissues are a clear sign that your product is working for you. Right? It's a good sign that
How?
you're growing.
How is that possible?
Yeah, how? I don't know, Dylan. You're losing me
How?
on this one.
You
I'm
just
usually a
asked me-
strong Dylan advocate.
Yeah,
and you're
Dylan.
losing me on
you
this one.
you have usually have good arguments. That's why I don't try to battle you too much. But that
It's
comment,
it's a money grab, dude.
That's
it's
all
not
it
a
is.
strong business. It's a money grab for them. That's all it is.
a strong
I'm
business
not-
is a strong business is not having to do reissues because you
Okay.
have the money to fund new projects.
But
Yeah, I don't
I'm not saying
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're wrong there
dingus.
as a sign or anything.
I'm gonna say that you're
but
wrong.
I'm saying when you compare it to other companies, not outside of figure collecting as well. Let's say something like, okay, I have this knife for instance.
Weird
they-
flex, but okay.
This one is really
He's like, look at my knife.
this
I'm gonna
one's
cut
really hard
you
to
if you
find.
don't fucking believe me.
He just
Oh,
wanted an excuse to
Zach-
show his knife.
Yeah, I actually did because it's Star Wars themed.
God damn it.
Look at this.
Okay, go back to the point. You're
Jesus.
40 people watching.
So it's-
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
That's illegal. That's fucking illegal, dude.
not
You
North
can't show
Dakota,
that
buddy.
shit on. Oh,
Shit was baller as fuck, dude.
Yeet.
I wouldn't fuck with him on that subway.
now I know what happened to Damien.
Dear
Fuck
Lord.
this, Damien. My point is essentially I said their product is working for them, and it is because this will sell. The other one did sell. The Mark 47 reissue, that was because it sold. I didn't say it's like good for the hobby or for the company, but I think it's a good sign
You
that
did say
Hot
it was
Toys
good for the company. Just saying.
is.
You did exactly say.
Let him
that.
finish.
yeah,
Let him
in-
finish his point.
I'm
So I
saying
can
that
rip him to
it's
shreds.
good overall.
You're the motherfucker that said he spewed literal
Let him
garbage. Don't be
finish.
fucking.
Do we want to see Hot Toys just sit there and be a small company for the rest of its life?
Are
and
you at it?
struggle to
Are you
get-
serious right now?
Listen, hold on.
Shut the
And
fuck up, John.
Struggle to get these
Jesus.
licenses and
He's hurting
IPs
me
that we
too.
bitch about them not being able to make, these new molds that we bitch about them being able to make, or do we want them to grow as a company overall? And yes, this way of making themselves grow sucks. I'm not saying it's fun or anything, but it's usually a good sign for a company overall.
Hot Toys are
When you-
greedy bastards. That's what they're being. I'm sorry for talking like this. I've had it up to here and now it's coming out. They're greedy. They're looking after the Asian market. That's all they're looking after. They don't care about the North American market, the European market, anything. They're looking after the Asian market and that's it. That's what a beginner company who needs to plant their roots does. Not a company that's been around producing
Yeah, but
this.
the Asian market is like almost basically just getting started booming. So why wouldn't they get their foot in the door now?
Well, how is the Asian market booming? The Iron Man lines have been skyrocketing for how long already? Everything's
the
been
Asian-
sold out.
Dude, China's wealth is like exploding right now. What are you talking about?
I'm not.
Can I ask you
So
a
China's
question?
go.
Maybe along these lines, but maybe not so much. All right, so from the Dean sticker release, we're sold out. Like, there's no more left. And of the Zach sticker release, we're sold out. And the John is like pretty close to selling out.
Hit me up.
At some point, there we go. At some point, we're gonna have new Patreonies that say, "Hey, I want a Dean sticker. I want a Zach sticker.
No.
I want a John sticker." Do we ever reissue those?
No.
Well, hang on. Hold that thought just for 1 second. The keychains, for example, people love the keychains. Fern begged to have one, but we literally had none to give.
Fern, hit me up.
I'm a host.
And
I don't even have a keychain. Will you these? Come on. Like, what are you guys talking?
So should we ever reissue our own product?
What you should do? You shouldn't
Make a different.
Exactly.
Make a new.
Exactly. You reinvigor the
I like that.
figure. Not the figure. The
You know what you
sticker.
do? You make another one and you name it De Novo Lenovo or what?
Yeah, Duo Lenovo.
Duo
Baldo.
Yeah, or just Bala. Zach, so what if that person came back and said, I will pay more than what it costs to be a Patreon to get that? Like,
Yo, I'm ordering the sticker that day.
Yeah, we're making 100.
Yeah, how much more? Oh, we're making that many.
It's not a fact that their business is booming. It's a fact that, hey, Mark 46 or 47, whatever it was, that thing's selling for $1,000. Why am I going to let the secondary market take that money when I'll take the money?
But they're not charging you $1,000 when it comes out.
Yeah, well,
So they're not being greedy. They're
would you
starting
rather
to
them do that
believe.
from the
He's
beginning?
starting to believe.
what?
I think you just got yourself in a corner there, Mike.
Would I rather them start what?
You just made a perfect argument for why they're reissues.
Let me
exist.
talk to him for a second. I'll let
the
him speak.
the MSRP be $1,000 right off the bat, and you.
I don't care what they have to do. Just don't fucking reissue the figure. I don't care what they have to do. Do what you have to do. Number them. Make it, or if you want to reissue figures, make a separate limited edition line of figures. I don't care what you have to do. Just don't reissue figures. And if you're gonna reissue figures, don't reissue figures the exact same way
that John owns. Simple as that.
No, it's not that own because I don't own this Iron Man, and I'm fighting for it. I'm against
Okay,
it.
but John, the Marty is
Damn.
exactly.
I haven't bought one.
both-
Hold on a second.
It's both
I haven't
of the
bought one.
qualifiers. It's limited and it's different from.
I
the
haven't
original.
bought one reissue to date. One, even if I missed it, I haven't bought one reissue.
Wow,
I don't support. I don't
You're a
support the
man of
business.
conviction like me.
Yet.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever agree with you, John, but follow your dreams.
I
You don't have to agree
him,
with me. I don't need you to
just
agree
in
with me. It's a
different
community.
argument.
Yeah, I don't need
Just
you
a
to agree
different
with me.
argument.
I'm just stating how I feel, because there are people out there. I mentioned this already on the last stream. There are people like me that have the same vision and same opinions, and they can't voice it. So I'll be their representation. But you don't have to agree with me.
You're like the. I'm not gonna say it.
Put it to you this way, okay? Let me give you this
JB,
example.
Mr. JB.
Hold on a second. Let me give you this example.
What the
Wait,
fuck?
The housing market right now here, maybe it's
Yeah.
uncomparable. The housing market here in Toronto, to buy a house here is crazy. Whoever gets, people who got lucky in a certain year, every year it's going up 20, 30, 50, whatever, $1,000. I got into the market this year, or let's say someone who's trying to become a first-time home buyer, and they can't get into the market because the house prices keep going up. What are they supposed to do? Bring the house prices down for the people who can't get into the market because the prices keep going up?
No, they make a less quality house. That's what they do.
They make a less quality. Well, that's not happening here, so I don't know what's happening in the States. But
No, but that's what I'm saying though.
Oh.
There's these houses that are going up in San Antonio, for example.
Yeah.
These houses that they're going fast, you know, but there's so many people trying to find a house right now that they can't. So
Yeah.
what they're doing is they're making these subdivisions that have similar materials, and they're selling them for close to the same price, and they're selling.
what I'm just trying to get at is, do we go back and help those people? No, because everything moves forward. That's just how life is. I relate that to collecting. You missed out. Yo, I'll be the first person to help you, but you got to keep the integrity for the person that was there from the beginning.
But they did. It's a different sculpt.
It's
a
not-
limited Japan
oh
release.
my God,
It's a
forget
different
it.
sculpt. You literally said in the last show that we were just on 10 minutes ago.
And it comes
Zach,
with a
different
dog.
sculpt, and it's a
Zach,
comes with a
it's
dog.
a reissue, Zach. You can dissect
not
it
a
whatever.
reissue.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
Why do you
fine.
think it's a reissue?
A dog is
says-
not enough.
A dog and a different
it-
sculpt.
It says reissue on the list on the thing though.
On
Does
Marty?
it? Does it actually?
Oh, Marty.
On
Oh,
Marty,
I thought
no.
you were saying Marty.
No, this is a reissue. I'll give John this one, but Marty is not a reissue.
It's an under
Marty-
the it's an under the table reissue. You can
It's
say
not.
whatever you want.
That's
Marty's the same head sculpt. The figure's the same, right? Just the accessories are different.
No, just the dog's different, and just the dog's different. The head sculpt.
Is the head sculpt better?
John believes it's worse. I
That's
probably
that's
agree with
into
him.
that's up to people's point of view. But
Yeah.
regardless,
Legend says it's worse as well.
Kind of seems like a reissue to me.
It's 100% a
It's
reissue.
not, bro. It's,
It's
a, it's a
100%
remake.
It's the exact same figure, except
Can
they took the guitar out and put the
we
dog.
not anything? Let's do the fucking Clone Wars Obi-Wan. Let's do the fucking Clone Airborne Trooper. Let's do
You're not
something.
wrong. At
Let's
all.
do the.
Padme. Where the fuck is Padme?
How about we
Best
do
than
the?
Han.
How about we do Doc and the one they teased us in the black suit.
Look,
Marty
I
in the black suit.
understand Dylan's argument too. Like they need the money. We want this stupid shit. Okay, then do the reissue and then do the new thing. Then
which-
do the-
Or here's
Okay.
what I had an idea. We just did the Thriller figure, right? We just did unbox the Thriller figure. So why not do this? Why not do the new Marty with the black suit and the top hat and everything, whatever that, and then include the outfit and the portrait for the old Marty.
or give him the prom fucking suit.
Yeah.
Give him the prom suit.
I'm not saying
you're
don't-
remaking the head anyway.
I'm not saying don't help the new collectors, but give it to them in a different way so the figure holds its integrity. An exclusive guitar is not holding the integrity of the figure.
He ain't lying, man. He ain't lying.
I'm not saying don't do it. Give us the suit. Give us the suit as a package.
You know,
as these-
the world is coming to an end when me and John are fucking arguing the same points.
better
with
yet,
this.
give us the 2-pack. Give us the Marty and give us the 2-pack Doc in the painter's outfit. Or whatever that is, the radioactive outfit. Come on, guys.
What do you think they could have changed on this one?
Everything.
The fucking battery shit on the back of his arms. Give
Wait,
him a fucking.
Are we talking
full-
about Doc or are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking
I'm,
about.
I'm trying to talk about Iron Man. I was trying to.
Man.
swing
Oh yeah, the
combo.
battery things on the back of his arms. Let's change that.
Add some diecast.
Make the head open
What would you
to
want?
reveal an empty
Yeah,
empty
that would be
helmet.
pretty
That
cool.
would have been
actually.
cool. That would have been really cool. Yeah.
So I question, why, with the way that this Iron Man is designed, why is that a big deal? Because you're not going to turn him around and have him facing the back.
So I see
I'm
that
paying
argument- I
multiple
see that-
hundreds of dollars for this.
I
fucking
see that
thing as
argument
well.
a lot. People are like, "Oh, well, you're never going to see that part of the figure," but it's like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're still paying for them to weather or to sculpt or to whatever. It's like it's not like when you turn the figure on, I expect it to be nothing because I'm never going to see that, and I probably never will.
Yeah.
But it should still be there and
Make
be
it come with
appropriate.
a
But
work.
even
It's like when you buy a statue.
Like for example, there was with the Mark One with the little spinning rotor on the back. People are like, "Well, that's stupid. You're never going to see it." And I'm like, "You're never going to see it." But they did it. I mean, it's not like it was in the front of his chest on the movie and they moved it to the back. I mean, that's just where it was, and that's they did it.
I mean,
I think it's
because
a
like
good
with the
idea.
Mark 85, like that's something that you could get up like on a rotator, and have them kind of like spin around or whatever. But this is like hanging,
You could still have it spinning on the base.
It's like a prop, man. That's what it's like. It's like a prop.
That's why I think it would go good on like a desk, It
yeah.
looks cool on a desk. It's not cool to like
display sort of.
It
display.
would look cool on. It would look cool on Zach's desk because like Zach tinkers with shit. That's a cool thing for a tinkering
Sure.
desk,
Futzy.
Dude, you're not wrong. Well, I don't know that we're ever going to change each other's minds, but I definitely think there's a line between a reissue, there's a line between a remake. I think Asmus has done it best. They would release a figure, and then they would reissue it as a slim, way less accessories. Sometimes the portraits were better, but way less accessories. I like the way Lego does it. They retire sets permanently, but they give you a huge notice, right? You have months where it's retiring, but they print until that point, right? They continue to make the run. I like the way they do that. And in both of those cases, I mean, those figures are pretty valuable. They definitely hold their value. Lego, I mean, you might pay $100 for a
Here he
minifig
is.
from a $50 set.
I even think redo the DeLorean for fuck's sakes. Give us the flying DeLorean. I wouldn't even care if you did that because it's different. You're getting the fusion thing on the back and the tires that flip. But I don't know. Whatever, guys.
But
cry.
let me ask you this, John. If they don't do Doc and the value of your Doc skyrockets because of this, does that make you feel any better?
Well, first off, I don't have Doc, but for the people that own Doc,
Oh, you hate to see it.
I just
How do you have
bought
the
Marty.
DeLorean and you don't have Doc?
Because I don't like that Doc. I wanted the. I was waiting for the. Why would I buy the? I was
white
waiting
cloak?
yeah, the
Yeah.
radioactive suit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that's
okay.
what we wait for. Like that's why
Okay.
don't we have that?
So now, next question: if they just reissue that exact same old Doc, do you buy that?
I wouldn't buy that
said he
yellow
doesn't
that
like
dog. No, I don't like that dog. I wouldn't buy it. No. I had
wouldn't
the
buy it
opportunity.
again?
I could have bought
Okay.
Mario's. Mario had it up. I could have bought that. I just I don't like it. I'm not into it. What's going on, Mario?
What's going on, guys? So yeah, Mark III reissue we got here, don't we? I mean, look, I was actually looking at this not like a few months ago for my display. I've got the Hall of Armor, which is also a reissue, John. The Hall of Armor display set up. I went ahead and jumped on that. When I had the opportunity. Now that the Mark I is here, I get to complete that whole set. I've been looking at this to help as a complement piece to that. And this set is pushing anywhere from like $400 to $600. So when this thing comes out, I think it's like 146 Hong Kong right now.
Yeah.
So on Sideshow, it'll probably be like, I'm calling 189. So
Oh, I said 185.
It's a pretty good price.
185. I'm for it. I mean, I'm doing. I'm in it. I'm in for it. This is something that, like I said, I was looking at it anyway. So now I have an opportunity to pick it up.
I
Thanks,
wanna highlight Ecto's comment here because I think it's a good comment. What is this? What would our collections be worth 10 to 20 years later? Will they be all sold for $1 in a yard sale, or would they end up in a trash bin? Or
Hot
are they going
Toys
to be
goes out-
considered unique items?
Hot Toys goes out of business and they're worth a ton of money. They stay in business, they probably just stay the same.
But
That's the real.
we're
Hot
not-
Toys.
That's
Hot
not
Toys
We're
what
not
Here's
in this. We're
what you
not
wanna-
in this hobby as an investment.
Okay,
It's
but
nice-
you're not,
this
so
is-
you're not in this hobby for an investment. So
No,
you can't,
Yes.
absolutely
You're
not.
not.
No
Our
one is.
people
No
are.
one is, dude.
I wouldn't say I'm in this hobby to invest, but I mean certainly if I spend $500 on a statue, and God forbid something happens and I have to sell it, or I don't have space and I have to sell it, I want to at least get pretty close to that. I
Exactly.
don't want to be selling shit for $100 that I bought for $500.
You sold-
and I don't think any of us do. I don't
exactly.
think any
Nobody
of
in
us
the right
No,
mind.
but
would.
it's also
No.
insane to think that just because you buy something, it's gonna be more valuable later on.
Well, certainly
There's people
you have to be very particular with your purchases, right? Like if you're buying a piece that is a classic piece, the Iron Studios Rex, I don't think will ever sell for less than $650, right? I think it's a great price when it came out. Classic movie monster, one of the best films of all time. That was a piece for a lot of reasons I felt comfortable to spend that money. I don't think I would ever sell it for less than $650.
Right.
But you're right? If I spend $500 on fucking, some shitty ass figure that has a ton of issues and it's gonna, deteriorate, 100% I agree with you.
I Am Legend
Yeah,
says-
because there's people who fucking, it's like, this in the fucking stash bin. They'll go fucking buy a Legends Wave and then fucking ask for fucking top dollar and sit on it for a fucking year. And those figures end up getting reissued
Yeah.
later and better with updated head sculpts. And they still want top dollar. It's like, you bought a fucking toy. Like, you didn't buy
again, and that's where it comes in is you're buying toys. These are I
hot
don't,
toys.
yeah, it's hot toys, but they're high end
Toys.
hot toys.
Well, but they're still toys.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I just think it's...
at the end of the day, you shouldn't be spending $350 on a figure. I'm not saying sell it for $1,000 because if that was the case, I'd be selling like Dark Side Anakin and making the money already. I'm saying that you should at least be able to, if you need to sell it, make the money that you spent back easily. That price that should retain value. You want to lose money due to deterioration, stuff like that, okay. But to lose money due to the company that you purchased the figure from making a reissue, like for example, when Zach was selling his Beskar Mando, and the Chrome version came out, that's an atrocity. That is an absolute atrocity.
Full disclosure, I sold it for more than retail, so I'm not complaining. But
But-
Okay,
it was
I-
testy. It was testy for a little bit.
I got a question, John. Take a drink of water.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good.
Okay, I don't know how you do it, man. You just ran for 5. Anyways, let's say they do take like what you want them to do, where they want to re-release it, change a few
Jeez.
things, but let's say those few things are way better. Let's say like it comes with a different head sculpt. Head sculpt's way better. A couple different accessories. They're die cast instead of plastic.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Better. Does that still piss you off?
For example, the Iron Man diecast that they did, they redid all the suits in diecast.
Yep.
It's fine. They're They're reinvigorating the line. They're innovating. They're bringing that die cast. It's a new line. I don't have a problem with that. I didn't buy
But it
one of
wasn't
them.
100% diecast though, John. Some of it was still plastic.
It doesn't have to be 100% diecast, Mario, but they're innovating they're innovating the line. They're changing the line. They're not saying, "Well, here's the plastic Iron Man. We're giving you another plastic Iron Man." Right?
No, they're completely different molds, completely different sculpts.
Yeah.
Going back to the Marty, I think it is the same portrait, updated paint apps, but the hair looks a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a different
Something's
sculpt
different
for the
about
hair.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they said it was an all new portrait.
It doesn't look like it. I was looking at photos.
To me,
I
it
just
looks
took-
different. It could be the. Brendan was saying it might be the lens distortion.
I have the figure. And I'm looking at it. I mean, well, the pictures I just took of it, and comparing it side by side to what they solicited, it looks exactly the same to me.
I love this idea. Max says, "Would you agree with ES in Hot Toys?
Well, of course you would.
Don't do it with everything, but
But
have
the
a
whole
little.
panel agree.
Have a line. Just have a line. I'm not saying to do it with everything, but
John,
have an exclusive line.
you get upset.
But the thing
when
is, Hot Toys
Sideshow
business
has a
model-
large ES.
Hot Toys
with
business
their
model
statues.
won't work like that. It's not like, you'd have to have an amount of time where there would be no edition size. Because, with Patrol Trooper, I think they only made it's got to be less than 400 of them. What are you doing, Eddie? You're like...
Less than 400? There's no way.
Yeah, I think
400.
I think the secret base order was a super small pallet, and then the amount they shipped to the United States in the crate was 200 units.
Is Eddie okay? Oh, he's passing.
I don't know
stuff
what
to
y'all
me.
are doing. Jesus.
Poking butts.
So, I mean, granted, the Patrol Trooper's an extreme example, but, I mean, you might have stuff that's much higher, but they don't know that until, well into the cycle, right? They don't start making these figures the day they go for pre-order. They make them months or in some cases a year down the line they'll start producing it.
I don't know.
So I don't think
guys.
that's a good way to do it.
You want to revisit a line, fine, but don't leave things on the table that can be taken care of first. There's so much. There's so many.
I'll fucking agree with that.
There's so many opportunities. We're waiting and wait. Come on, guys.
I'll third that.
I will say I could be wrong with the figure that was re-released, but there was one not too long right before the new Venom figure that they came out that everyone was clamoring for. By the way, we knew they had the Venom license and was holding on to it, and we hadn't got a Venom figure, and everyone was saying there's no excuse for that. Blah blah blah. Well, they came out with a reissue right before that, but I don't remember what it was. So if you knew something like that was going to happen, Eddie, where you had a reissue, but you knew you're going to get a whole new different figure out of it, would that help you out? I know John's answer. That's why I'm asking you, Eddie.
So the same character but different?
No, I'm saying so. I want to say it was the Mark 47 reissue right before Venom, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at the news. But are you okay with that Mark 47 reissue if it gives you or helps give you at least that Venom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm just using that.
Foosh talks about this when he talks about because it happens in 12 scale, and he'll say we need
way more.
They need to do these reissues or recasts to make their money to do the other stuff. But the only problem is you see them doing that other stuff with Legends and whatever. I don't see the other stuff with Hot Toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything is
there.
And then if you say well, they're doing Mandalorian, is well, they're those are also a shit ton of troopers and reissues, essentially just different paint jobs. So those are money makers too, and it's Cyborg was the first fucking thing that we've seen that was them using that money to do something that the fans want. I think. There could be something else I'm missing, but yeah, fine, make the money, but use it to do something that justifies it.
Don't tell me.
I mean,
we're not
that could be
touching.
subjective.
Don't tell me we're not touching Star Wars vehicles because of the cost or whatnot, this and that. But then you're reissuing the tumbler. What?
Dude,
Yeah.
And the,
you're
and
comparing
the
a freaking
Bapod.
Star Wars vehicle to a small tumbler?
It doesn't have to
Seriously,
be.
dude,
It doesn't have to be 1/6.
Anakin's
Listen, it doesn't have to be.
Mario.
This is
doesn't
this is
have to
also the problem though. Sean brings it up is King Shark would probably be a good candidate of something that they use the money to make that. Okay, but then
It's a power.
also
pose.
don't make something stupid. that like people aren't gonna invest in, and like you're not gonna make money on, because then it seems like the innovation shit is not making you money. Make something that people are gonna spend money on, because I know everybody's like, oh, I want that King Shark, so cool. That shit's gonna release. Either no one's gonna get it or you're gonna sell it. I already see it happening.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking a lot of like subjective manner there.
But it's like pretty fucking good gamble though.
You're like saying that you can speak to what other people are going to be interested in, though. You can't.
Hot Toys does not do well with
if
DC.
you read the Facebook
That's like
chats
a
and the
fucking
BST
proven
groups and so
fucking thing.
forth, yeah, if you read the chats and the BST groups, you can get an idea of what the people want. Like you just saw Zach pulled up that Iron Man, and the guy, what was it, Ryan? He went off on them about Star Wars. You can see what the people want. The thing here is, Hot Toys doesn't care what the people want. Hot Toys is going to look after Hot Toys, and they're a business, and I understand that. But when I post my opinion and how I feel, and I get people responding, which they're entitled to, but I get them responding, well, Hot Toys cares about the new collector, this and that. Well, then if Hot Toys cares about the new collector, why aren't they reissuing original trilogy Star Wars figures? Why?
They will.
We'll see.
That'll happen, dude. It'll come around.
I don't know.
Dude,
We'll see.
you can't.
And then you can
A
buy
New
them all,
Hope-
John.
I have them all, so I don't.
A New Hope, one of the most iconic films of all time. You don't think that a collector that's fucking 8 years old right now is going to want one in 10 years when he's old enough to buy it for himself?
But again, it's not the original
Of
trilogy.
course
The original trilogy is not popular in the Asian market, and that's what they're focusing on right now. They're not focusing on what
I
we
didn't
want
say
here.
they're doing it right now. I'm saying eventually it's going to happen. Like, it is going to happen. It's not a matter of if
they still
but
have
when.
the license. Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll see what
Well, if
happens.
they still have the license. I mean, when that license runs out, I'm sure they have to put something out for that license to continue. So that's possibly what we're seeing here. Maybe is that because maybe their license for Iron Man, older Iron Man pieces are running out. So maybe they just have to put something out there just to keep it going. I don't know. Just a guess.
Yeah, NECA has talked about that before, where they've gotten threatened to lose licenses if they didn't release it as like an exclusive or didn't release it in a certain way that they wanted to. So you never know a lot of those certain things, but yeah, you also can't get too tunnel visioned with it either. Yes, in North America we probably cover a lot of sales, but for the most part, it's most likely 10 times easier for Hot Toys to just sell in their retail stores than it is to dick around with Sideshow for the most part. So they could, at the very end, before we get too entitled, just drop everyone on North America if they wanted to. And to be honest, if the shipping keeps up, that could get fairly real too.
So,
Shipping issues.
John, you said you were done with Hot Toys earlier, and I didn't get to hear.
I'm on the brink. I said I'm on the brink of being done with them.
All right. It sounded like you said you were done. You said you were done, dude.
No, I said 89. If they touch 89, oh boy. If they touch the 89 Batmobile, I think
So
that would be.
if they did, what's next? What's your game plan? Do you just stop collecting in general? Do you sell your?
No, I would
collection,
never
or-
stop collecting.
Well, just stop collecting Hot Toys.
Because he doesn't buy third party.
Well, after today's stream that I was on, I wouldn't
Why do y'all
mind.
keep soloing people? Jesus, stop. It's like
I don't know, man.
so cringy.
I don't know what.
No, I mean, but would that
We'll
like
see.
sway your decision
just-
to actually go the more statue route, even though?
Yeah,
you're,
I think so.
halfway
I
there?
think that's that. Like I've been looking at what these, like I've seen what these companies have been producing. Even watching, we've been getting into the Lord of the Rings. I just got into Lord of the Rings, and seeing what they're producing, some of the statues that just came out, and it's just like works of art, works of absolute art.
So then why not concentrate on that?
And that's
When
what that's the
they're not
direction.
going to reissue anything there. That doesn't happen in a statue game.
And that's the direction that I feel like I'm being forced into.
Yeah.
I love 1/6 because especially having a kid and stuff like that, like 1/6 displays well, doesn't take as much space, and it's like I'd like to follow in my footsteps, right? That's kind of why I hung on to my collection. I never let anything go because I've said this story 10 times, but I don't know, it's heartbreaking to be a collector for this long, investing so much money and so much time. And don't get me wrong, I still walk into the room, I see my pieces, and it still warms my heart. But it's at the same time, it's weighing on you that it's like, wow, you built a collection, you invested so much, and it's like that comment we read where's it going to be? Should I just let go of everything now while there's still some value, or you know what I mean? Or is it going to depreciate to a bottomless pit in the future? I'm torn.
I mean, if you never sell though,
Yeah, I know. What's the point?
no
You're never
point.
going to sell your figures anyway.
Well, but that's the thing. I'm never going to sell. But if I want to grow my collection, if I want to move into the statue world, you're going to have to, something's going to have to give. You can't just keep buy. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm torn. Is I'm not satisfied with the business practices that Hot Toys are following. So do I move away from that? Do I hope something's going to change?
I mean, you've been buying for 10, 12 years already. I mean, you just,
Yeah. Well, then it doesn't really work like that when in the statue world. When statues are, don't forget, the statues weren't dropping 3-4K back in the day either.
Let's talk
They're
this
good,
one
man.
last comment, and then we'll cut it off for tonight. It's getting late. Cuervo says, what I don't understand is how something being re-released diminishes the level of what you have. Who cares who else has the figure?
Exactly.
Anyone want to take that?
That's a great point, and it's all personal. Collecting it really only matters if you care about resale value and the collectability of something. That's what Dylan was saying earlier. If you love something, a reissue shouldn't necessarily matter, but I also understand why it matters to John. Everything is subjective. Dylan kept saying how it's
That's the
subjective
thing,
earlier,
I don't know.
and it's like,
But I don't even know why it matters to John. He doesn't sell anything.
but it's not he doesn't have to make a lot of money off of it for it to matter. His whole thing
He doesn't
is
make any money
rarity,
because it doesn't
and
sell.
like his whole thing is he wants to pass a treasure onto his kids, and he wants to like build something that he's passing on, and he feels like the thing that he's building isn't worth what he's putting into it if it keeps being remade. And like he's like, what did I put my money into if it's, you know what I mean, if it's everywhere, if it's
Put it in the gold if that's your long-term goal.
Well, and that's kind of what I'm too. I'm
Exactly.
like, if that's the case, then stop now. You know?
Yeah.
Stop buying
Stop
toys.
now, because like I agree with some of it. I'm not in here to make money. I'm not in here to flip it. You know, if I die
fucking
tomorrow
flipping a 9.8 comic,
and my family
motherfucker.
wants to sell off the collection, you know,
Wait, what did you say, Eddie?
Flipping a 9.8 motherfucker. I'm not here to flip you.
Yeah, you fucking flipping that 9.8, bro.
I'm just fucking around, Sean.
hey man, no,
I'm
but
just
it
fucking
doesn't.
around.
That's
Call
my
it
thing,
out,
though.
bro.
Like, it doesn't matter to
You
me.
got him.
It doesn't matter to me. You know, if
I
it's
love you,
going
man.
to something else that I like and it's helping me pay off a portion of it, okay. You know, it's an initial investment to the item. That's the way I look at it. I've switched my collection out multiple times. I used to do Yu-Gi-Oh, and I counted every single card I had. It was over 4,000 or so, maybe closer to 5. I made I couldn't barely sell it, and then I got into comics, and the initial investment there. If you want to go into a bigger book, you know, I mean,
So how much are we talking about, Sean?
Huh?
How much are we talking about putting into collection-wise?
in what-
Dollar value.
like my collection now.
No, like your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the topic you brought, the comics. How much are we talking about monetary value?
In the comics, 12,000 ish.
Okay, but your comics will always hold value.
They don't. It depends what you buy.
The old shit, like gold shit, right? Like certain eras,
That
yeah.
9.8.
Okay. Yes, my collection with what I put into it is probably like
This shit is happening in
on a
comics
low
too,
end. It's
John.
like 10. Maybe it's like 10. You know, I might even give it 9. On a high
New-
end, it'd be like 12.
Yeah, but first prints when it comes to comics is
It
that's
does. But not every book hits.
not every book.
That's true.
Not every book hits.
No.
I can buy a $3 book on the new week shelf, and next week is gonna be $1.
Yeah, but Sean, we're talking about $3, man. I'm about
one
25
day-
to 40K.
30 what was it, 40 years ago?
Like,
40
fuck.
That's not
ago,
peanuts.
The first appearance of Thanos was the same thing. It had a quarter marked on it. Maybe.
The fuck does he
$3 is like when you buy a comics at $3 to try to get an increase. It's like going to like going to a convenience store and buying a scratch ticket. Right? It's taking a gamble. Let's see if this book. I was actually at a comic book shop picking up those 2 comics, and the guy actually said that while I was there. He's like, because over here was like $7 for a comic. He's like, yeah, I stop buying lunch. I take a gamble on the comic, and I buy a comic instead of lunch.
But that's not why I'm into comics, though. It's not
Yeah,
why
he's
I'm
taking a gamble.
It's a gamble, but we're not when we buy high-end
Is it a
collectibles
gamble for Hot Toys though?
at $300 a
high-end
pop.
collectibles?
It's not a gamble.
There's people that gamble $300 all the time.
easy.
No, but I'm saying when we invest, that's fine. No one's saying that they don't gamble. But when we're buying figures, I'm not buying a figure as
But
a
there's
gamble. I'm buying it as an item that I'm purchasing.
I mean,
But it'll always
That's how
have some
money
value.
works.
it.
What are you talking about? That's how money works.
What the fuck you do, dude?
You're like, when I buy it, it's an item that I bought.
It's an item that I bought. It's a collectible, a high-end collectible
A
that I
movie
bought.
is
But
just
there's-
a combination of various scenes stitched together through transitions
Okay,
and
there's
our
no-
narration.
That was an amazing. That was
Dude.
amazing, Zach. I don't think that was
That's
appreciated
a deep
enough.
cut. No
That
one.
was amazing.
There's like 7 people that might get that joke.
Dude, okay. But there's nowhere.
That was good.
There's
That's
literally
Thank
nowhere
good.
you could point to right now that says you're guaranteed to make money off of this.
No one's saying about
Doge.
fucking guaranteed, Dean. No one's
Fuck
saying
Doge.
fucking
I'm just
guaranteed.
kidding.
Then what are you so upset at?
It's not about being guaranteed. It's the fact that if the figure was if you bought the figure, if you bought the fucking figure, all right, you listening? If you bought the figure and the figure depreciated naturally, it is what it is. But if you're buying the figure and the fucking company that sold you the figure is depreciating the value of the fucking thing they sold, how is that right?
Again, there's
mean-
no guarantee.
Oh my god.
They could do whatever
It's a
the
crocker
fuck they
shit.
want.
Look,
Whatever.
let
It's a
me
crocker
just.
shit.
I'll
I'll
use
end
this
it.
one example. I've used it a few times. We'll end it after this. There was this guy that owned this Gandalf before me, bought it, right? It might have been 220, right? And he never opened. He kept it in the box, right? And that figure went from 220 to 300 to 400 to 500 to 600, and it was going fucking nuclear. The second Crown was announced, that shit shot down like a fucking rock. And now that Crown is out, this guy sold me this figure for 200 shipped, and of that he probably paid about 35 for shipping. It's about 165. Then eBay fees, tax, whatever. Maybe he got like 140. He lost $80, but he lost as much as 600 minus what I sold it for. I mean, these things ebb and flow, right? Your Marty might be worth a little less now because there's a remake coming, but it's still worth a lot. And after that remake is sold out, it might be worth more. Or if the remake comes out and it's worse, like you believe that the sculpt is worse, it might be worth more. You never know.
Yeah, the fact that your Marty doesn't come with the dog, someone might really appreciate that more. Like, oh, this is the first one that came out.
I
With the
find
guitar?
I find that
Isn't
the Hot Toys
reissue.
community, the Hot Toys collecting community, they don't care about originals.
No, they do. They just pretend like they don't when they're buying it.
I
That's
find
different.
I don't know. I from what I see, from what I read in the groups and so forth, you can see you'll probably see eBay prices already dropped on that Marty, and it's not like I said, I'm not selling. But the point here is, people don't care about the originals. It's not like the fucking first Barbie doll
I
that's
got-
worth.
That's a lie. People do care about.
I
the
got a
originals.
question. that
Black,
could
dude,
quite
Black Series
literally-
originals.
Holy mac! But that's Black Series, man.
The
We're not
figure
talking.
arts.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even $20 figures, people care if it's the orange box or not.
I said Hot
People
Toys.
really. I know, but I'm saying.
I don't think you can
like,
But look at the
discount
history of
cheaper
it, Dean.
pieces
Look at
from
the history.
being-
What original is worth more than the re-release right now? Can you give me an example?
I don't know.
Batman versus Superman, the original suit is worth way more than Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad figure was awful with that wire
Yeah, but
cape.
reissue.
The Rogue
like,
One Death
Looking for
Trooper.
comics.
Rogue One Death Trooper, yep.
That one's
Rogue
still
One,
worth more than
Short
the,
Trooper, still worth more.
Yeah, but Short
Like-
Trooper wasn't reissued.
Yes, it
was-
was.
It was different.
No, it wasn't.
By your definition, that's a reissue.
Yeah,
it's not.
because you're saying the new Marty that
He
comes
said
with
if
the
it was
dog
different.
is a remake.
Forget
it's
it.
not a
Eddie.
remake.
Oh.
Now we're at the point. Now we're at the point where it's past. That's it. I'm
But
done.
that's
The-
an
the def-
accessory,
okay.
and the
I'm
figure of the Short Trooper has a
I'm done.
difference.
Okay,
He's
well,
talking-
the Death Trooper is identical. It's the same freaking.
No, it's
one.
not. It came with different accessories.
Yeah, it had the
No,
storm.
no.
It had the
It had the stormtrooper
the thing
doll.
behind
the
you.
regular, the standard one, not the
Oh, okay.
deluxe.
Oh, come
The
on.
standard one
the
owns
standard one.
holds more value than the re-release.
And it's not Rogue One. It's fucking
Okay, I didn't know
Mandalorian.
Yeah,
It's Mandalorian. It's advertised differently.
I know it's advertised differently, but it's the
Okay,
same,
so I'm.
it's the same figure.
Come
Damn,
on.
you fucking
figure,
got
John.
me.
Come on.
I have a
Can we just
question,
Rogue
John.
One, the
Can
Rogue
we- I
One
have a
was
question.
Can we just pour one out for
Just
the
give me an example.
people that bought Marty
Give me a
McFly
fucking
for
example and I'll stay quiet.
for 580
I
bucks
just gave you
on
one.
August 15th and
That's not an example.
550 bucks on
Pour
August
one out.
16th.
Poor sons
Pour
of
one out for the
bitches.
homies.
John, I got a
From-
question.
This is for all my homies in Bruges. No, I'm kidding.
475.
Rich.
How do you feel about degrading
fucking-
materials? Then, because it does
Oh,
the
we
same
could
thing
be
that
here
you
all
don't
night.
like.
We'll be here. We have 59 people watching.
It does
Yo,
the same thing.
guys, if we get to 80 people right now, we'll do a 24-hour stream.
Speak for
What
yourself,
the
bro.
fuck?
No, leave John by
I gotta
himself.
drive tomorrow.
I have work in like 6 hours.
Yeah, let's cut. One more question, then let's cut this off.
What's your question?
Go ahead.
Deteriorating
Degrading materials.
Look, see, okay. Here's what I have to say about that. If you produce a figure, Mario's Indiana Jones, I don't know who has it, Mario or maybe Danny, who said, my Indiana Jones jacket is deteriorating. If Hot Toys doesn't fucking do another Indiana Jones figure, that Indiana Jones figure will still retain its value. It's
Does
the
it?
Of course, it's the only one. It's the only. It's the same
can't,
as it's the same as the first Barbie doll. That first Barbie doll is worth so much money. The
There's
original.
so many indies out there. What are you talking about?
Well, but I'm talking about
party.
Hot Toys. That's third party. We're talking about Hot Toys here. So a collector of Hot Toys, if they don't touch that
Third party
indie,
doesn't affect the market.
I don't believe so. Not on a
It
figure.
definitely does, bro.
I
Third party can definitely influence.
I'm calling it here.
I
I'm
would-
out of here, guys.
I would. I would be willing.
I'll
to
see you
know.
guys later.
stick to your Black Series,
Later,
Dean.
I don't know if it affects the market as much as a reissue does, though.
Come on.
I don't know if
I
we
don't
can
know,
say
man.
that.
If I think with that when that Ronin releases, the third
If
party
that
one, I think
Ronin
you're gonna see a
releases-
lot of people trying to buy the first Star Lord.
If
But
that
that's a
if that
completely-
Ronin releases and
That's
then
third
Hot
party
Toys,
influencing first.
no, that's bullshit.
Yeah, but that's not that's not the same figure.
it's
That's
not
a
the
different
same-
thing.
yeah,
that's a
that's-
cheeky little fucking thing you just threw in
put
there.
it
That's
to you this
kinda-
way. Put it to
I
this way.
thought that's
Same
what the
thing.
question was, just third
No,
party.
no,
influence.
okay,
I'm
so
saying
here's-
Oh, like a
same
third party
figure.
making like a cable
That
or
fig- yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay,
if
I'm
Hot
sorry. I
Toys,
didn't understand the
if
question.
that Ronin figure comes out tomorrow, Hot Toys produces a Ronin figure. That third party worth nada, nothing. Simple, straight. I don't care. Nothing. Done. That's just the way the world works. So
Is
when
it
you say-
true? Is it true that if like Mario or Zach or whoever knows that like actual value, if the Indiana Jones has a deteriorated jacket, is it worth the market price, or do you have to drop
much
it down?
less, much less.
No, you have to drop it down.
Yeah, it's still going to be right
It's still
now
more than
in that
retail
value.
circumstance. Yeah, more than like what it retailed for.
MSRP, yeah.
But usually you'd have to find like if someone's selling a jacket
For a
separately.
replacement or
Yeah, you
custom or
would. Let's say
something.
the jacket's $100. You would take market value minus $100.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I feel like that should piss you off as much as reissues, John.
Deterioration?
Yeah,
No.
almost, because you lose.
Why do you think I keep the figures in the box and take care of them and stuff?
You're a crazy motherfucker. I don't know anybody else who collects Hot Toys and keeps it in the box.
Mr.
You know
JB,
why?
all
I'm gonna
of
tell
them
you
are for
something.
sale.
You know why? You know why? Because I'm a fucking different collector. This is how back in the day, man. This is how it was. There were no fucking reissues. It was like you buy the thing. Nowadays, there's no fucking integrity for the collector. Whatever. I think this ship has sailed. We'll continue it Tuesday. Tuesday we're gonna talk about Marty.
I don't know if we're gonna talk about it this much on Tuesday. I think I blew my load with this discussion. We'll think of
He's
something
all,
else.
he's all fucking dried
I'm
out now.
fucking buddy. My day. You know how my day started. I
I'm
woke
like-
up. I woke up. Listen to me. I
Shoot
fucking
blanks
woke
on
up.
this shit.
It was bad enough I fell asleep yesterday. My alarm didn't go off, so I missed After Dark. And then I wake up. It's been horrible 2 days. I wake up, fucking Marty being reissued. I turn to my fiance. I'm like, "Can you fucking imagine Marty's being?" She's like, "Who gives a fuck?" I'm like, "What?" I wanted to call you guys and talk, and I flipping could. And then I was late to work because of this. This is bullshit. Hot Toys
That
is
was the
affecting.
what if. That was the what if. John sleeping through After Dark created the branch timeline that created these two reissues,
You hate
and
this.
now we're living in the what if now.
You hate to see it.
You
Well,
became
we got
a lot,
60 people
John.
watching. We're coming up on 60 minutes. Do me a favor if you can, if you guys want to watch more Collecting Weekly. Small Talk just got done recording their 50th episode about 20, 30... Actually, no, it's about an hour and 15 minutes ago. But it's a great episode, I imagine. I know they put in a lot of work in it. Eddie put in so much work into this little pre-compilation. I love that. Got some great moments of Small Talk's history. So go check that out. I think they'd appreciate the views and the love. Give them a thumbs up. And tomorrow we have In and Out tomorrow. Do you want to plug that real quick?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific time. John and Eddie will be on. We're going to have a special guest tomorrow night. We talk statues, latest and greatest. Unfortunately, John, we will not be talking reissues, so tomorrow night is a safe place for you, bro.
It's not unfortunate. It's going to be fortunate. It's finally.
So yeah, come check us out tomorrow night, guys. 8 p.m.
I want to
Pacific
plug
time.
this real quick. So we have Dungeons and Dragons. We're recording it Saturday. It's going live next Saturday on the channel. We finally got our artwork done for the podcast feed. We got all our characters here. And we had a great artist that we commissioned these from. So big shout out to, I think her name is Samantha. But she did a great job on all these. So if you want to see that, see a little bit of a different side of Collecting Weekly, it'll be pretty fun.
And it's all fun and games, guys. At the end of the day, come on. We all collect. If you missed out on the first one, go pick it up, enjoy it, whatever. I got to be the voice of reason.
He's got to beat off the horse.
And think, but look, anyone who's new to
This
this,
horse has been dead, bro.
anyone who's new to the collecting community, you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Oilers has a great point. We'll leave it at this. He says, I asked the question of a lot of collectors, if their collection suddenly went to zero, how would they feel? Because I would be mad. People act like they don't care, but they do.
Thank you. That's well said.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dylan.
I'm the every reissue collector.
I'm ready. Jesus.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Mario.
We'll catch you on the next episode.
Hot toys, you piece of fuck.